everyone, once again. I am Conrad from bobocollected.com, and I want to talk to you something very general today, and it is about selling vintage on Etsy. I think that mostly everyone who has online businesses know what Etsy is. And if you don't know, okay, Etsy is a platform, multi-vendor platform that originally was intended for handmade items, but has a huge part of the sales that sell online vintage items. You can find anything online on Etsy, like clothing, jewelry, home decor, collectibles, art, antiques, almost anything you can find there. So I opened my first store on Etsy in 2009, and it was a disaster. I didn't know what to do there. Everything was grown, all my photos were grown, all my description were grown, and I did very bad. But I can tell you something good. At that time, Etsy was kind of like very new and very even naive, nice community, and I did a lot of friends, and I did a lot of good relations. I learned absolutely a lot on Etsy at those times. And when I decided that okay, I will close this store, I am spending too much time here and I am not doing this well, I left Etsy in 2010 having like a very good feeling. I reopened my first store, like in this case the second, like 2013, and then I opened a third one and a fourth one. Two of them for vintage, one for my drawings and my paintings. I will talk now about selling vintage on Etsy. Selling vintage on Etsy is good, very good indeed. I think that in general Etsy is a very easy platform with a very nice design, very good looking place that helps you a lot. It has many useful tools. You can have access to information in your listings. When you are creating your listing, they are very easy. The way to do the listings is also very clear. It is step by step, everything is there, so it is good. As a platform, the design is good. There are a few things that can make Etsy a little hard and that can work against the sellers, and it's that they do a lot of change all the time. They can tell you that the changes are for the good of the sellers. Okay, that's what you say, but also each change that you do as platform is working against the sellers because it's slowing the sales, it's making everything difficult, but still it's a good place for selling. There is something on Etsy also that even if you can sell vintage there, still is a place for handmade items. And there is like a feeling that maybe vintage doesn't belong to this place or not. Okay, still is a good place for selling. There is other things that can work against vintage sellers, especially if you have this kind of vintage store with many different things. Jewelry, you have clothing, you have accessories, you have home decor. If you have all this kind of, let's call thrift store place, you can have some problems. Why? Because bringing traffic to your store through Etsy, if you have so many different kinds of things, will be a problem. It's not the same if you are selling 300 maybe dresses from the 50s, that you have a very clear and repetitive SEO working for all the store, than if you have 10 necklaces and 10 scarves. You know, this is something that can be very hard if you don't have like a store devoted for something unique, specific. But still is a good place for selling. And you can maybe solve this having not one necklace and one ring and one scarf, but I would recommend you to have a full page, 24 items, a full page of one category. I have 24 items that are necklaces, 24 rings, 24 scarves. If you can have a full page in your store for one category, I am, in my experience in years, I am very sure that you will have a very healthy and stable traffic. Why? Because this page works like small departments in one store, and it is good. And you can even, I can tell you in my experience that you can have, if you have more than 24 items of one category, you can have traffic coming from scarves and good traffic coming from jewelry. So even if having like a mix of things in your store can be problem, like extra work, it is good. It is not necessary that you will have a bad store. You can have a very good, successful store even if you are selling many things. One of the good things of Etsy is that it's very well linked, connected to other platforms like social media platforms like Facebook, Tumblr, Pinterest, Fancy. You have all of them. Twitter is so easy. When you have one listing done, it's so easy to share. It's so easy to spread what you have, the information, what you have in other social medias, that it's really remarkable and will be very helpful, really helpful. So I think that Etsy is a good place for selling vintage, but as in many other places, you must have a clear strategy. I will sell these kind of things and I will work in that way, and do not expect miracles, because there are no miracles, and work hard. And if you have any question that you want to do about selling on Etsy, I have my stores, my actually now stores from 5 years now, 4 or 5 years running, and they are very good. They are doing fantastic, absolutely fantastic. So if you have questions, just write me a message or just comment, and I will try to help. Thank you so much.